So you want to pick up a secondary, but why? This is Trixx from Meta Smash, and in this video I kind of want to talk about picking up a secondary or why you should be thinking about certain characters over other characters to complement your current main. I find that a lot of players end up falling into this trap where they're trying to pick up a certain character for one matchup, and it might work, but that's the only matchup that they use this character for. And unfortunately, the next time they find another roadblock or they face another player that beats them with a different character, they go back to the drawing board and pick up yet another secondary, and they have multiple characters that they're not really developing to be able to master them, but rather they're all kind of at a mediocre level. And the reason why this happens that I see is because of one psychological pitfall that a lot of players fall into. So I'll give you an example. Oftentimes I'll ask somebody, who do you main, or what characters do you like to play as? And they'll give a pretty easy and pretty simple response, something like, I main Peach, but I also secondary Mario, Sheik, and I pocket Pichu. And on the surface, as far as a competitive player or a casual player, there is really nothing wrong with this answer. You're allowed to play anybody you like, and if you really do enjoy these characters, then by all means you can pick them up and have fun with the game. That's the point. But if you're trying to really get better at the game and really increase your chances of winning matchups, placing well in tournaments, or even winning tournaments, the main major flaw is that these characters all fall into the same category or play style of character. If you were to break it down to a very bare bones or pure standpoint of what these characters are or how they operate, they are all essentially speed or combo characters. And yes, of course, all of these characters are unique in their own right, but think about it. They're all very fast, short range, rely on combos, and the only way for them to get kills is they have to get in on their opponents. Also note that these characters are all very technical, and they do take a lot of skill at a high level of play to actually optimize. And the reason why, let's say in this example, why a player would gravitate to all of these characters is because picking them up feels very natural. It's very easy to take a skill set or a mindset that says, I like doing combos, I like going fast, and these are the types of characters I just gel with. I mesh with these characters well. So picking them up is easy. There's not a lot of effort to try and transition from one character to the next. However, if you find yourself facing a player who uses swords, you might have an extremely difficult time beating this player, and picking up more characters that fall under this category might not be the answer, and you'll find yourself very frustrated moving forward and thinking that this is because of your skill. Rather, you should be picking up different types of characters to complement your main. I'll give you another example. So let's say you're an Incineroar main and you secondary Bowser. Both of these characters are much more of a grappler, slow type of character, and it might be easy to pick up Bowser as a secondary. However, if you played something like Incineroar and Sonic, even though Sonic would be much more difficult for your playstyle to adapt to, and you might have a harder time picking him up, you might not be seeing success as quickly as you want to, and you might be getting even more frustrated because Sonic just feels way too different. In the long run, having a combination like this opens up your matchup spread in a way you would not believe. You will find way more success farther down the line having two polar opposite secondaries that complement each other and are able to cover more bad matchups and give you a better chance of winning in bracket. Let's go back to our example. So let's say the reason why you picked up a secondary is because you think that Incineroar has a very hard time dealing with rushdown characters or sword characters. And to be honest, you're right. Incineroar does struggle in those types of matchups, and picking up a secondary would be the right thing to do. However, picking up Bowser is just picking up yet another slow, heavy character that struggles against rushdown and sword characters. You're really not doing yourself any favors by picking up more of the same. You are much better off changing up your playstyle and trying to learn somebody who is completely different so you can actually fend off against these types of characters. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in this vicious circle and be very upset and frustrated when you can't understand or can't figure out why you can't beat swords and you can't beat rushdown characters. So I wanted to take a minute and kind of try to open your eyes up to the different types or different possibilities of characters that you could mix into your bag of secondaries and pockets to give you the best chance of improving your records and brackets, maybe taking out a top player, or if you're really trying to get to that next level and you don't know what to do and you're really trying to win a tournament, maybe this will be the answer for you. And so, with that being said, I've taken it upon myself to try and, as simply as possible, break down the different classes of characters. Of course, there are much more classes than this. There are even hybrid characters that can do a bit of both. Someone like Corrin, who has a charge shot and a sword. But I wanted to try and keep this as simple as possible and break it down into 4 classes: speed, power, swords, and projectiles. So when you think of speed characters, I want you to think of characters like Fox, Captain Falcon, Pichu, Inkling, Sonic, characters that rely more heavily on getting in, rushing down, their speed on the ground, their combo game, probably a more technical character. Those are the characters I want you to think of for speed. Now for power, I want you to think of course, characters like Bowser, Ganon, DK, Incineroar, DDD. Most of the heavies, maybe Lucario even, could fit into power. I'd say he's more of a projectile character, but he is of course powerful with having rage. But those types of characters would be power characters. With swords, it's pretty self-explanatory. Characters like, of course, all of the Fire Emblem characters. You could say Cloud, you could say Shulk, pretty much anybody with a sword, or that's their main thing. Link, all of the Link characters do have a sword, but they are, in my opinion, more of a projectile heavy character. They don't rely on their sword solely to get their wins. And of course, last but not least, we have projectile characters. Characters of course like Dark Samus, Mewtwo, Lucario, anybody who relies mostly on their projectile game, even Duck Hunt, Pac-Man, Mega Man. These are the characters that I would be considering to be projectile heavy characters. Characters that are more zoners and try and not necessarily hit and run, but their main focus is to not run in and try and get a heavy combo, and that's not the focus of their game. I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying when there's these 4 classes at the very, very minimum. Of course, there's floaties, there's characters that are a mixture of all of these different types of things. But if you were to break it down like this, it keeps it very easy, very straightforward for you to think to yourself, okay, maybe I play a speed character like Greninja, so my secondary could be a projectile character like Link. Or maybe I play Inkling and I want to play a strength character like Lucario. Or maybe I play, my main is Duck Hunt, so I'm going to pick up Pichu to cover his bad matchups. I'm not saying that these are the exact character combinations that you have to play by any means, but I just want you to understand that a duo like this makes a lot more sense than playing Duck Hunt, Mega Man, Simon and Richter, and Breath of the Wild Link, and then asking yourself, why can't I beat Fox? Or why can't I beat Falco? I really hope I'm getting through to you, because let's say if you're in this particular situation and you've picked up a lot of characters that are very common and you're losing to a character like Fox or Falco, more characters that have projectiles is not going to be the answer, especially when of course Fox and Falco have reflectors and they will beat your character all day. You have to try and switch it up. In that case, maybe pick up a sword character or even pick up a rushdown character to try and combat their strengths with some of your own. And now, at this point in time, with more than 75 characters, you will most definitely be able to find at least 2, if not 3 characters that are vastly different, but you still enjoy playing and you can learn how to use and get results with. For myself, I've been kind of going through the same exercise to try and find characters that I think can complement Falco and that I still do enjoy. So I've decided to pick up Mewtwo and Shulk. Not for a single second do I think that these characters are the best in the game, or that they even complement Falco better than any other character, but these are the characters that I enjoy to play. And number one, if you don't enjoy playing the game, you will stop playing entirely, and none of this even matters. So first and foremost, enjoy the game, and then also try and get those results that you're looking for, especially in bracket, by diversifying your class range and really trying to cover all of your bad matchups to the best of your ability while still enjoying the game. So with Falco, I'm using him as my speed character, and of course, some people would say that he's not considered a speed character, but like I said before, the way I had broken it down is that he is my combo heavy, try and get in character, while Mewtwo is my stand back and use projectiles, zone out, maybe get a kill with a back throw or an up throw if possible, and then Shulk is my disjointed sword character for any matchups that either Mewtwo or Falco have a problem with or struggle with. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about with regards to picking up a secondary. And who knows, maybe because of this video, you might find yourself playing a character that you might have never ever thought of ever using before, but now you've fallen in love with the character. They're your right hand man, your secondary to the death, and you're really getting results because of taking it upon yourself to diversify your pool of characters. And now you're mixing, let's say, your speed character with a very out of left field strength character, and that's just a combination that works for you. But anyways, this is Trixx from Meta of Smash saying thanks for watching the video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. And actually, just before you go, if you did happen to make it this far, please be sure to comment down below your main and secondary combo that you're trying to work with right now, and I'd be more than happy to try and give you any advice that I possibly can. Also, if you want to talk one-on-one, be sure to join the Smash Battlegrounds Discord, and we can talk in voice chat and just try and work this out. You know, I really want you guys to do well in this game, and if I can be a part of that, I'd be really happy to be a part of that and help you guys out. Anyways, once again, it's Trixx from Meta of Smash saying thanks for watching the video.